Hello everyone, I am trying something new today because I have this cool new camera that does video with sound and I'm kind of really excited about it. And I have tons and tons of bloggage to catch up on because I never ever do it. That was my cell phone. Anyway, I'm gonna try something new. And it occurs to me that I kind of would really like a tripod because my arm's getting a little tired already, which does not bode well. Anyway, let me tell you some stories. Haha, that's better. I'm using a shelf. Sorry, my room is messy. I'm a bit of a neat freak, so it might not bother you as much as it bothers me, but it's totally trashed and I should really clean it, but I'm vlogging instead. Anyway, so I haven't said anything on my blog since September because I've been uber freaking busy, because that's the life of a college kid. If you've never gone to college, I still hope that you do stuff with your life that keeps you busy. Anyway, let me tell you about Halloween. So Halloween was really, really fun, but also really, 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 really stinking busy. I was really stressed out because I had midterms, of course, but I'm also a terribly nice person, which is great, but it also kind of sucks sometimes because people always want your help with stuff. And especially if you're a creative genius like I am, they always want you to help them be creative. So, what I did is I ended up spending pretty much my whole week helping people instead of doing homework, which is not really good, but it is good in like eternal salvation scheme of things, but not really good in academic standing scheme of things. But anyway, let me show you some of these cool costumes that I helped make. First, we have Jill's costume. Jill is one of my roommates, and she planned way ahead at the very beginning of the semester that she was going to throw a really cool Halloween party. And so, as the hostess of the party, I made a joke to her that she should dress up like a Twinkie or something, like a little hostess snack. And so she did. But she's also like, oh, here, have all this stuff, and it's your idea, so I need you to help me with it. And so I did, which I was happy to, but it took a whole lot of time, and it kind of got to the point where it's like, here, do this for me, because I don't want to, and I want you to instead. And, I don't know, I tried to, like, kind of get my school stuff done first, but it just didn't really work, because she was very persistent. But, anyway, point is, in the end, it turned out really cool. She really enjoyed it, it looked good, people laughed, it was funny. So, kind of got everything we were going for there. Yeah. Let me show you Tim's cool costume. Tim dressed up as Max from Where the Wild Things Are. And here's a illustration for you, if you aren't familiar with as much famous child literature as you should be. Anyway, I helped him make the crown, which actually, surprisingly, was a fair amount of work. Like, we had to do a whole lot of measuring and math stuff, trying to figure out where to put all the spikes and blah blah blah, and to paint it just so, and got this really fancy spray paint so it looks like metal to match his little scepter there. But the rest of his costume he actually had custom made, which was pretty dang cool, because it's really fuzzy. Excellent. If you want hugs, you should get a Max suit, because it's like the softest thing ever. The chicks will be all over you. But anyway, Sarah dressed up as a wild thing to accompany Tim, and this is the wild thing that she is dressed up as. And she kind of took care of that herself, which was really, really helpful, because I was kind of freaking out all week. And one of the things that we planned for Halloween was Sarah had this Regency style dress like Jane Austen. She really likes Jane Austen. And she wanted me to borrow it so she could dress me up because she found this cool way to do Jane Austen Lee hair. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll let you do that because it's nice and it's something she would really enjoy, and, you know, then I wouldn't have to figure out what to do for Halloween. So I let her, but I was kind of talking to Tim about it later, because I don't actually like Jane Austen, like, at all. Like, Sarah knows that, but, like, I don't know, I still get to wear a dress, it's kind of fun. But as for, like, the kinds of stories that she has, where they're just all drama, mush, romance, boys are dumb stories all the time. Not really my thing. They could use some more explosions and that sort of thing to catch my interest. But fortunately, Tim knows this, and he suggested that I can compromise by dressing up as Pride and Prejudice and zombies. And if you haven't heard of this book, you should probably take a look at it. Maybe I'll put a link in here somewhere. But I haven't read it yet. But basically, I understand that some guy, like, rewrote the story, like, took her original text, and then whenever it gets boring or mushy, he just, like, adds these scenes about the zombie apocalypse and how they have to stop and kill all the zombies, and then the story kind of resumes from there. So I basically dressed up like this dead zombie thing. It didn't get as fancy as I would have hoped because Sarah had been planning to do my hair all along, and she had some sort of school thing come up, and being a smart person, she went and did that before she was helping other people, or maybe she was helping him with his costume. I don't remember. She was out doing something. Anyway, so I just kind of threw it up in a bun and pretended to be confident and like I was enjoying myself. So that was good. The actual party itself went really well. Jill worked really hard making all sorts of cool refreshments and decorations and stuff, get it all set up just so. She made like this sandwich that looked like a mummy. Put it on like this loaf of French bread and cut it all zigzaggy like mummy scraps. Like, it was really cool. I was quite impressed. So there's lots of good food and good people, and we played this bunch of fun party games that I'd never heard of before. Had a good time doing that. And then after the party, we all went to ballroom dancing on campus in costume, which was kind of fun. Especially Tim and Sarah, because they had dressed up as characters from Where the Wild Things Are. And so lots of people recognized them and stopped them and told them how cool their costumes were and that sort of thing. So it was kind of fun. I was really happy for them that their costumes turned out so well. Mine, however, was a little bit tricky to dance in, which is surprising because it's from that era when people dance a lot more than they do now. At least I would have thought. But you can only really take really tiny steps, so dancing was kind of hard, but it still turned out okay. And I think a lot of people thought I was a princess or something, because I didn't really get too elaborate with my zombie makeup. I didn't give myself any flesh wounds or anything like that, so I think they kind of missed it, but I don't really care, because that was in October, and we're in December now. But anyway, so after Halloween, I was kind of really stressed out, because between Jill and Tim and helping them so much all the time, I just couldn't handle it, and so I was so backed up on homework and just had all sorts of stuff going on, and I just really needed to get out of Rexburg. So, what do? I use my resources, because I have this awesome older sister and this awesome brother-in-law that she's married to, who are always super nice to me and say that anytime I need to escape, to come see them. And so, usually I never do, because A, I don't have a car, and B, I just don't really need to escape that much, or so it would seem. But anyway, I tried to go visit them, and it worked out really well, because it happened that Tim was going down to Provo to see some girl, and so he gave me a ride down to where they were in by Layton before they moved, and so I stayed with them for the weekend, and we had a lot of fun. It was so nice. Like, Emily still made me do my homework, which is good, because sometimes I need that reminder there. I still got my homework done, and I had a lot of fun playing with them, and Kayla is so freaking cute, and she just liked me a lot, which was kind of fun, because I am really not terribly good with babies at all, or pretty much any living thing. Like, I've never had a houseplant. I'm not sure that would go well. Anyway, yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with Kayla, and she was helping me with my homework and that sort of thing, and Buddy liked me a lot too. He was always trying to crawl up in my lap and that sort of thing, and we just had a good time playing games with them, and life was good. So I really enjoyed staying with them, so thank you very much, Emily and Sam, for letting me come see you for a weekend. After I got back to Rexburg, I was kind of disappointed, like, right away. Like, as soon as I got home, you can just feel all the weight sink back in, and that's never really fun. But, you know, after a couple hours, you adjust and get back into the swing of things. But, so a couple days after that, my friend Roderick invited Sarah and I over for dinner. So we went over there and hung out, had a good time, and somehow we got talking about this planter in front of the Sporey building on campus. And it's kind of this two-tiered thing where they put all the plants and things in the bottom part, but then the upper tier, instead of having space for more plants, is kind of closed off for some reason. It's just this big, flat, kind of ugly rock. And Roderick said that it reminded him of a sacrificial altar every time he walked by. So me, being the crafty, clever mind that I am, and also descending from a long line of crazy McAllisters who like to build Calvin and Hobbes style snowmen, we set out the next day and built a sacrificial snowman on the sacrificial altar outside the Sporey building. Can I just say, I am so cool. That is like the best thing I've done in my entire college career. It was awesome. So we set out, and it took about an hour and a half to build. So we were doing it in broad daylight, and all these people are walking by watching us build it and stuff, and right as we're getting close to finish, classes start getting out. There's all sorts of people walking by and laughing and smiling at us, and yeah, we were pretty cool. We even put artificial food-colored blood on it. That was my personal touch. It worked out really well. But apparently while we were building it, we didn't even notice that behind us, as we put on the finishing touches, some of the people from the communications majors started filming us. And one of my friends on Facebook posted this thing that I saw for him that said, "Hey, I saw you on this news article for this thing that's completely unrelated." And so for about like 2.5 seconds, you can see us building this snowman, and it's kind of funny and cool. And so I'll probably put a link for that on here too, if you want to see it. Because, I don't know, I think it's impressive. Because I made it in the news, even though the news article is not talking anything about snowmen. Do you call it a news article if it's on video? It's probably a news story.